You just heard Not Okay by 5 Seconds of Summer on Triple J, and we have the Five Sauce Boys here in the studio with us right now. What a tune.
Banger, you say?
Banger.
That's a re-release right there. Re-release. We're back. We're promoting it again.
Five Sauce on Triple J. This is crazy. You've made it to a specialist show, which means that you are officially niche. No more mainstream, guys. You're on the alternative pop show.
Thank God.
Wow.
It took us 15 years.
Yeah, but now we're niche.
Now you're niche.
Okay.
Official.
I've always wanted to be considered niche.
I love it.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome, of course. There's a new direction for Five Sauce. I was really gagged hearing Not Okay. I was really shocked. The first verse on Impact reminded me of the Gorillas. I think it's the bass line, kind of like the melody of the first verse. That kind of like early...
Inside every one of us, the kind of stumbling
yeah,
over things.
exactly. I'm imagining it with like the mic on stage. That kind of like early 2000 alt pop, alt rock vibe.
Yeah.
How does writing in different genres affect your songwriting process? Like, do you guys pick different words? Do you choose different melodies?
It's more of an intuitive flow. It's kind of like a mix of your life experience, what's happening to you, what you're consuming, and it kind of regurgitates in an interesting way. So, Not Okay was us even exploring the way I'm talking now, talking in a cadence. It's like, let's try that. Let's try all kinds of melodic cadences and all kinds of new stuff and be inventive and experimental and continually try and interest our listeners because we've released the same song 50 times over. I mean, people are going to get bored unless you're AC/DC or something. But
don't change it.
But that was 50 years ago. So,
Fair enough. And I also love that it's like, I don't know if edgy is the word. I feel like there's a negative connotation, but like, like edgy vibes, like,
I love the edgy vibes.
yeah.
What
emo is alive. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, we started as like a pop punk band.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Kind of this album more than any of our albums since the first two is like the most. It has that spirit to it, but we're listening to a lot of like. I mean, Gorillaz is a good example, like sort of like dance punk thing, and trying to meld together everything we've done for the last 5 albums into one super album.
Yeah, when we wrote Not Okay, the co-writer Jay Hart we were working with was like, you guys have that Cali flow now. And because we've been in California for 10 years and you listen to different music and consume a totally different culture over there, and particularly hip hop, So we're like consuming all this other music that we didn't really have out west in Sydney. So that's really like coming out in our music now, which is fun to hear,
Shout out Western Sydney. We make the best music.
Absolutely.
Shout out. And this is the first band album in 3 years. We're getting the band back together for real. In terms of creative direction, when you guys sat down to, make this album, were you all on the same page about what Five Sauce is going to sound like in this new era?
No, definitely not. I think there's like, as Ashen said, like it's a little bit intuitive. Like you kind of have to discover it. And you kind of have to like delve into each other's minds a little bit and see where like everyone is at personally, because I think it's like heavily situational. Like our last record was kind of like a total 180 from how this record sounds, and that was kind of perfect for where all of us were at that time. Like we wrote that record, and Mike produced like 90% of it, so that served a huge purpose, and this is like serving a huge purpose to the people we are now. So
this is serving. You're right.
It's serving.
It's serving and giving.
It's serving and giving.
Yeah. We're all gagged.
And we're all gagged and gooped. And was there any kind of fear that like your OG fans wouldn't get on board with the sound?
Of course. Yeah. I mean, but we like to have an artistic trust. And also, I said a little while ago, I feel like they deserve reinvention and deserve us to take risks and be interesting. I mean, really, I hope they support us as artists, not as memories. That's really,
That was really beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like if you want to hear something that sounds like the first album, you already have that. Like there's that, and that's gonna live forever no matter what. Whereas like, going forwards, like I agree with what Ash said, that like the point of trying to make pop music especially is like, flipping on its head and staying current and just like doing stuff that's unorthodox. It's kind of like the fun of what we get to do for a living is like not have to like fit into a box.
I feel like pop is the perfect genre for that. There's just so many crossovers. It's such a big like catch-all net kind of
Yeah.
thing.
You know, it's funny, like 10 years ago, it wasn't, though.
Yeah, it was a dirty word.
Yeah,
well,
for
well
sure.
maybe in Triple J. I don't know.
No, absolutely not. Not anymore. I'm here.
No, definitely.
I'm here.
You know, and the diversity, or even what this station plays, is incredible for the palette of Australian music and the youth and what they listen to. But, you know, yeah, like we've always been trying to burst out of the box we get placed in. And that's like one of the greatest joys of our artist life, you know.
I love it. I'm about to play your second single, Boyband. We're going to dive into it more after it plays, but could you give some context behind the meaning behind this track?
This song started as kind of like I guess that feeling of being, I mean, just wanting people's attention and wanting and having that feeling and knowing what it's like with it and without it. And it kind of started as a dark sort of, I don't know what you call it, like a dark sort of internal dialogue. And then we added in the boy band thing and it kind of gave it this nice lightness to it. So it's kind of like a dark song, but it's got that like Five Sauce
Vibes.
ironic thing, which
Yeah.
I really love.
That song is very meta. There's definitely a point in time, I was there, it was rare, when all of you were somebody's imaginary boyfriend, which is, you know, it's a critique on that parasocialism, which can be really, really, like, really uncomfortable with boy bands and girl bands. But is there an aspect of it that you look back on that time with nostalgia or happiness?
Yeah, for sure. I think like a lot of it, to be honest, and it's kind of shaped who we are. Like this band is a lot of who I am today, but it's almost, there are parts of what I recollect and it's a little bit distorted in a way, and like boy band in particular is like we're reclaiming the power of that word, because I feel like in the history of our band it's been used almost against us. And when you're in formative years of how you're perceiving yourself on kind of this mass scale, you know, you're kind of taking in a lot of opinions of yourself and trying to filter it down to what you actually think. Like sometimes something as innocent as, you know, a term boy band it can turn toxic.
Yeah.
Depending on how you take it in. So
Yeah, it's also varies culturally. Like when we walked in, you said boy band, oh, that's a dirty word. And I think I wouldn't hear that in America.
Really?
I don't think they would really say that there.
I think it used to be. I think with the same way that pop music was like a dirty word, like a boy band was like used to be like a dirty word.
I
But
guess-
now I feel like with Asia pop, like K-pop and J-pop so
Totally.
big, they've
Yeah.
so reclaimed that.
yeah, I
I-
guess to some.
I see boy band for us as like, you ever seen the movie 8 Mile? You know the like end of the movie where he's like, now tell me something like they don't already know about
Yeah.
me. Like that to me, like boy band's that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for me,
Totes
it's like
Malotes.
it's like you can't insult us with something that we
Exactly.
know
That's a
we are.
great
You know what I
idea
mean?
for our
Dude.
next skit.
Yeah, doing the 8 Mile.
That's very
outro.
good.
Just a full recreation of the movie front to back.
We just skipped it, by the way.
you're so right.
And in this track, Boy Band, there's a line that I really love that says, I'm paraphrasing, but boy band irritates the metalheads. I find that super funny because at the end of the day, the pop punk and the metalheads, like you filter it all down, you're just kids in bands. Like you're all band kids. You just love music. You want to play loud music. You want to have fun, right? Was there ever a point where like you guys were playing together in a band? You always knew you were a band.
Yeah.
You associated with other band kids, you know, like, but now you irritate the metalheads. Now you feel like suddenly it's
Yeah.
like they don't resonate with you anymore because
right.
then the only thing that's changed is that you're popular now.
I guess so. Because, you know, we also worked with a lot of really real hardcore people like John Feldman, and we were associating with a lot of these darker poets and artists and musical artists, and we're associated with this heavier alternative side of music. But we also had ambitions to create like withstanding songs and classic songs, because we love pop music. And it's different to what you're saying, because we never perceived pop as a bad thing. We really loved it, and we've loved being a part of that world. It is so expressive and free, and it's given us nothing but lemons. So, you know, it's been amazing to be a part of that world, and to be part of both worlds has been a gift to us.
Yeah, I think I like, there is a part of, you know, like when we started, we were very much insistent on like, you know, we were like, we're a pop punk band, we're a rock band, we play our instruments and stuff like that. And then, you know, you are seen as that one thing, and then all of a sudden you have success, and then suddenly you become a different thing. Like even I think that still exists now, where it's like, you know, tall poppy syndrome, I think, is still very real. Like you look at artists like, you know, like Benson Boone, where like all of a sudden there's this like meteoric success, and then it's all of a sudden like people just find things to
The perspective shifts.
if they just find things that they don't like because it's successful. I think that was like a big part of what happened to us in the beginning, and I think that you know, some of this record and some of, you know, even the way that sort of like visually we're like representing it and you know, coming at it from a place of this like sort of narrative that we're making around everyone's a star. We're sort of like, you know, the whole thing is very meta for us. Like we're able to sort of like reference our beginnings in a way that's subtle, and you know, if you've been a fan for a long time, you can kind of pick up on like, oh, I think that's from this and that. So,
Yeah.
I love that.
But that's a phase of success, you know, like what the public decide to call you is another malleable tool to use lyrically.
For sure.
And then that's when the fun starts, because you get to have an actual conversation with people through music rather than writing just from a internal place. You're now writing from an external place also.
I love that. I love that so much. And I just really like that line, irritates the metalheads, you know, because it's giving like, oh, you think I'm a poser, you know, like kind of thing.
Right.
And I wanted to fuel that fire. What's the most poser thing that you've ever done?
I go around saying I love speed, not the drug, the band.
I used to pretend I liked like certain bands as well to be cool.
Amity Affliction, one of my favorite bands growing up. Parkway Drive. We're just hardcore guys.
I mean, yeah, I'll wear band t-shirts.
Name 5 songs right now, Calvin Hood.
I could probably name you 2.
Silento.
You know? But I'm like, this is a cool band.
Yeah, like the
cool
Misfits.
shirt. Like I want to be like associated.
The Misfits.
That's a great example.
Misfits are dope t-shirts, but I personally,
Yeah,
my style of music.
I got people got very upset for me wearing that on a TV show.
Really?
Yeah.
I just like, why not? I embrace the poser like
I
lifestyle.
love being a poser. It's fucking awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I skateboard. I have 100 allergies.
man.
I do everything for
Oh, yeah.
attention.
No, we only live once.
Yeah, you only live
YOLO.
once. You should lie. No, I'm kidding.
You should be whatever you want.
Oh my
man.
gosh.
True.
We're about to get into your most recent track. It's called Telephone Busy. But before we do, the album Everyone a Star hits the shelves on November 14th. That's in 2 days. What can fans expect from it?
Thank you for the lore dump. You can expect, how many songs is on it? I forget.
14.
Is it 14 songs?
Probably 12.
I think it's maybe 12.
12 to 14.
Guys, sort it out.
I know it's not 13 because I remember saying that's
Yeah,
unlucky.
it's not 13. Yeah, it can't be 13.
It's 12.
Right,
it's
yeah,
12.
it's 12.
I have confirmation.
Yeah.
I just got it in my ear.
There's 12 songs on it, and it's good.
5 Sauce on tour. How excited are we bringing the album to a stage? Tell me about the visual direction. What are the lights doing?
Yeah, I was trying to talk to you about this, and a lot of people don't know. We're actually, for the last 2 tours, we've been doing a lot more improvisational, meta kind of acting and bits and threading that through the live music act that we've kind of got. You know what I mean?
That's really creative, to be honest. I've never heard of that before. Like somebody else doing that.
Yeah, it's freaking amazing. We're onto something new. That's why you should come see us. We're taking like these massive creative risks. And if you want to see us do that, you come and see us on the tour next year in October here in Australia. But yeah, it's our most creative, forward thinking. We're really focusing on what we're good at and forgetting what others, say we should do. So,
100%.
We're doing this really meta, amazing acting meets our rock show collision of events. And that's what you'll see in October on the Everyone's a Star tour.
Yeah.
I love that.
And we've had a ton of time this time to like figure it out and plan it. Whereas like sometimes our other tours in the past have been like, we've been sort of like scrambling to get it together last minute, and this one's very purposeful, and like we've had ages to like, we know the stage design, we know like what's able,
Okay, perfect. That's all I need to know. 5 Seconds of Summer, thank you for chatting with me. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having
Their
us.
new album, Everyone's a Star, comes out November 14th. You're about to hear Telephone Busy, and you're listening to Triple J. Woo! Perfect.